It's like one of the best days of the year, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so MassWildlife, in conjunction with UMass, has been doing this for well over 30 years now. And the UMass Library has played a key role in the conservation of this species and its recovery in Massachusetts. It's really fascinating to see the histories of the parents that come and go, where the young go from here. We have 3 healthy chicks. I think they're probably all females, but we'll get to that in a minute. And so the point of banding, it tells you a few things, right? They're going to get a color band, which is kind of like the license plate in your car. And they get a silver band, the federal band, kind of like your social security number. Unless you have it memorized, you have no idea what this is. But anyone else flying by will be able to see this number. Both these band numbers go into a national database that are shared with the researchers, the community all across the United States, Canada, and beyond. It's really important, and so we can understand when they were banded, how long they lived, if they were injured, and then rehab and release, where they go. And so it's valuable data. And these bands are meant for their entire life. They're made out of aircraft-grade aluminum, and they're fit to size at this age. This age, their legs are nearly fully grown. Females about 30% larger than the males, hence why there's a larger band between the two. And as we go, we'll look at each bird. These are very healthy. Even with a bum leg, that female is doing an incredible job of raising 3 healthy chicks. And we'll just kind of go through, answer any questions. It's pretty cool. Fastest animal on Earth. People think the cheetah or the leopard. No, Peregrine Falcon, 248 miles per hour. And thanks to the UMass Library and Department of Education here, they have great class curriculum, which I know is used all across the Commonwealth and maybe even beyond. And so we're thankful for these opportunities to engage a diverse community and keep people excited about conservation and science. Shall we get started? Good. All right. So, judging by the size, I'm thinking this particular bird is a female.
Yeah.
And on its left leg, it'll receive the auxiliary or regional band, which is the colored band. So on its right leg, it will receive the silver band. So the next number in the sequence, when you're playing the Powerball, is 94 over CA. Is the first of the group. This is attacked by a ribbit. Again, it's sized for the species. It's actually our second site this year, so UMass was pretty early. It's great. It was very, very relaxed Peregrine Falcon. Normally, they're trying to get at people. Couple of weeks, all that down will be gone. It'll expose that chestnut brown, really beautiful color. That'll stay with them for about a year. Couple of weeks, they'll be free flying with the parents, and then comes midsummer, they'll be finding their own territory. A lot of our young of the year peregrines head to the coast, head to the Cape for a couple months, and then they start to disperse out across the landscape.
Yeah.
So this is 1947-54198, and if it's a female, fine. Thank you. Based on the crop and the mouth, it just had a recent meal, which is pretty cool. That's why she's quiet. Exactly. Well done. The peregrines only eat other birds, which is pretty cool, and they hunt from the sky, so they're essentially fighter pilots. In fact, several of the Golden Terrier based off of the aerodynamic body shape of a Peregrine Falcon. I think it's pretty fascinating. And the other thing is, if you ever played softball or baseball, you use that black under eye. It's to obviously help with glare. Peregrines have the same thing. And the closer they get to the equator, the more black is under their eye. It's really fascinating. So yeah, first one's done. That's great.
Yay! Oh my goodness.
Yep, that I would say is another female, another healthy individual. And we'll continue on with that same sequence. So it would be 95 over CA.
It's like after 3 exponents.
Good question. So, peregrines in the wild can live up to about 17 years of age. The oldest one was from Vermont. We had one that was about to break the record here in South Hadley at the Route 202 bridge. Unfortunately, we lost track of that one, so we couldn't break the record, but I like to think it made it to 18. But 12 years is a pretty good age for a wild bird. It's pretty good. So 95 over CA. They get part of their name for being like a wanderer. They're found on every continent except Antarctica, which is pretty fascinating. And plus their ability to fly great speeds. In fact, we had a rehab adult male peregrine falcon that was the resident male at UMass at their Fox Hall nest, who was rehabbed, released, and within 24 hours was back at the nest. And so it's amazing how they can navigate the landscape. That's 95 over CA. 19, 7, 4, 7. What I find exciting about the peregrine falcon is really an ambassador for conservation. You could be in downtown Boston, you could be in the hills of the Berkshires, and see really cool wildlife right in your backyard on a hike from a camera. So the fact that it's so accessible and having a camera here at UMass is invaluable, and it really spreads the world about conservation. And as much as it's really cool to go to Africa or the Amazon, we have so much amazing wildlife here right in our backyards. So that one's good. Now this is an interesting one. I think it's actually still a female, happens to be the run to the litter, but I'm going to test a male band on it first just to see if it fits. But comfort's always a primary factor. When I'm looking at it, I'm thinking this is a female, very much so. So I just tested it with a female band. Yeah, it's definitely 3 females this year, which is great.
Yeah,
this one's the top. Yeah. 96 over CA is the band number here. Having 4 eggs and 3 hatch is pretty common. That's indicative of a really healthy nest site. Great food, good health of the parents. 1947, 54, 200 is the last one in this sequence. So has there been any official naming yet, or is that after today?
That happens now that we know the sex.
Excellent.
For anyone who wants to participate in the naming contest, we'll be posting on the Bois Falcon socials the We have Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky.
All right. So we got 3 healthy chicks. If you want to get a group shot,
Hold on.